Welcome to AG Chelsea TV. In today's video we'll start with, Joe Cole says Mudryk is better than Cole Palmer. Joe Cole has paid tribute to Palmer for his impressive impact at Stamford Bridge, but he suggests that fellow attacker Mudryk may be even better in some departments. Cole told Premier League Productions. When Cole Palmer signed for the club, there was a lot of eyebrows raised, but he is so intelligent. When you watch Mudryk, it is like a young player who excites you, but with Palmer, he could be 31, not 21. The fans here absolutely love him. There is a player in Mudryk somewhere. When you watch him live, you can see the scope for him to get better. The stuff Cole Palmer is so good at, Mudryk can do better. He needs to improve, but he has such outstanding natural talent. Enzo Fernandez is better than Mason Mount. Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo cost a combined £220 million, and, to be honest, they haven't looked worth it for most of this campaign. However, that isn't to say that they are poor players. After all, Caicedo was fantastic at Brighton, while Fernandez is a World Cup winner in his own right. Fernandez does have a number of fans, and one of those appears to be Richarlison. Indeed, taking part in a challenge on his TikTok page, Richarlison has had a go at ranking some of the biggest names in football, and he gave Fernandez a very generous ranking. Richarlison put Fernandez fourth in his top 10 ahead of the likes of Alessandro Nesta and Carlos Tevez. And perhaps most interestingly, Mason Mount. Of course, Mount and Fernandez were teammates at Chelsea for a short period towards the end of last season. But after a number of key sales at Chelsea this summer, Mount is now at Manchester United. How long Ben Chilwell will be out for? Journalist Simon Phillips has now shared what he has heard about the injury suffered by Ben Chilwell for Chelsea. He told his Substack that he suffered an issue against Brentford in his last league game for the club that has left some serious swelling of his knee. Chilwell was added to the latest list of players who are injured, which continues to get longer every week right now. However, the wording they used to describe his situation was one that will no doubt have brought concern regarding a player who has suffered badly with injuries in recent years. The club explained that he was seeking specialist attention for a new issue, leaving supporters worried about the extent of his problem. Phillips has now shared where the injury stemmed from, and if he could rejoin training in any form during the upcoming international break. He said, "Chilwell's injury is still being described as the longest one, and this is the one that I actually hold most doubts over, and whether he will be able to return to the grass soon or not. I understand his injury was an impact injury after he got studied in the knee against Brentford. There has been a lot of swelling as a result, so more assessments are needed here, and we need to wait to see if any lasting damage and if any further treatment is needed." Chelsea owner meets former Blues director this week. One Chelsea owner has met with a former director of the club this week in an intriguing meeting that has taken place. There is a big feature on it from the Telegraph today, which details some current plans and potential possibilities from said meeting. They report Chelsea chairman Todd Boehly has made a recent visit to Saudi Arabia, where it is believed he met with the country's sports minister and the director of football for the Saudi Pro League, Michael Imenolo. While neither side has confirmed the purpose of the visit and meeting, which is understood to have taken place in the capital Riyadh in the last couple of weeks, it will only underline the belief that Chelsea are once again attempting to raise cash by selling players to Saudi Arabia. The article mentions players such as Marc Cucurella, Trevoh Chalobah, Conor Gallagher, Romelu Lukaku, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and Armando Broja as potential outgoings. Valencia sells Chelsea target this summer. Chelsea signed Robert Sanchez and George Petrovic in the last summer transfer window. However, it looks like Chelsea could be interested in signing another goalkeeper before the start of next season. According to Estadio Deportivo, the Blues and a few other top European clubs all have Valencia's Georgi Mamardashvili on their radar. The same outlet has also claimed that there is a feeling inside Valencia that the 23-year-old leaving the Mestalla is practically guaranteed. As well as Sanchez and Petrovic, Chelsea still have Kepa Arrizabalaga on their books. He is currently on loan at Valencia's Spanish rivals Real Madrid, but looks unlikely to remain there beyond this season. Chelsea do not seem to be fully convinced with Sanchez and Petrovic, as they continue to be linked with new goalkeepers. Mamardashvili is supposedly one name that the Blues are looking at, but he is not the only shot stopper who has been linked with a move to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea interested in Franchesco Gasparello. Chelsea are interested in Italian youngster Franchesco Gasparello, the Italian media says. Its website Calciomercato, who today features a piece on the 15-year-old, claiming that his potential shown at the youth ranks with Atalanta has been impressing all those who watch him. The report claims that Chelsea scouts have been watching the player several times while he still played for Padova in Italy. It was last summer that Atalanta managed to bring him to their academy, and they now seem to have a gem in their hands. Calcio Mercato take quotes from Chelsea scouts, intercepted by local newspapers, who claim he's a potential crack, and one they will keep their eye on. The piece explains that Gasparello is a very complete attacking midfielder, as he has both the creation and finishing skills. They even get to compare him to the likes of Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Jude Bellingham. It remains to be seen whether Chelsea are still actively following him now that he's under contract with a bigger Italian club. But since he's just 15 and still to sign a professional deal, he's surely a talent to be watched in the coming years. Chelsea forgot about Havertz's speciality. Kai Havertz did not make an immediate impact at Arsenal, following his move from Chelsea in the summer of 2023. But the former Stamford Bridge player is now starting to flourish at the Gunners. Havertz is playing as a false nine and is scoring goals and enabling others to do the same. The 24-year-old has scored 8 goals and given 3 assists in the Premier League this season. Former Chelsea winger Pat Nevin has been impressed with Havertz, and the BBC Sport pundit has noted that one of the reasons why he was not a huge success at the Blues was that he was not played in the right position. Havertz, who cost Chelsea £75 million in transfer fees when they signed him from Bayer Leverkusen in 2020, scored the winning goal for the Blues in the final of the UEFA Champions League in 2021. However, the Germany international attacker did not play consistently well for Chelsea, and Nevin has a theory as to why. Nevin wrote about Havertz in his BBC Football Extra newsletter. Part of his problem until now has been his playing in positions that have not suited his skill set. Chelsea had him as an out-and-out central striker, which was madness for a player whose USP is arriving from deeper to score. He did this phenomenally at Bayer Leverkusen, where he scored 1 if every 3 games. Brilliant numbers for any young player who is not a number 9. Chelsea forgot about his speciality, but Mikel Arteta didn't, even if he has had to play him up top during the Gunners' injury crisis. And that's the final content of today's video. Like, subscribe to support AG Chelsea TV.